And just turn it on if it's not on.
I can't get it off the stand with my one hand. Thank you. I only have one hand.
Yeah, and then you just turn it on.
Well, here's the thing. It wasn't intentional. Some of this meeting has somewhat happened without my having a microphone, for which I apologize. It actually wasn't on purpose at all. It's just that as people came in, it kind of... So in case you just are joining us, which nobody here really is, but for virtual purposes, we just had a scavenger hunt, and we were talking about how the purpose of the scavenger hunt wasn't to win unless if you're top, and then it was. The purpose was to get out there in the community and to meet people. What was one of the things that you all had to do on your scavenger hunt? It was a little unusual. You guys passed out something. What was that? Here, hold on.
You gotta be on the mic.
We had to pass out kernel books to people that we did not know.
So you had to talk to these people that you didn't know. You had to explain to them that you were blind. You had to explain to them what the kernel books were and who they were written by. And Jamie did.
Oh, thank you. Hi there. Basically what we did... can I... Okay, listen. All right, well, basically what we did is I would hand out a book and say, this is the organization that we're a part of. It's called the National Federation of the Blind, and this is one of the books that gets publicized every month nationally, or about that anyways. And these are some old books, and that was pretty much it. They were very grateful for it.
These are some old books. I like that. So anyways, everybody went out. There was two groups that went to the hotel, and two groups that went, and one group that actually went of young folk that actually went all the way across the street and handed out things at various business establishments. So you guys were definitely out in the community, right? Yeah? Yeah.
We also went and handed out books to strangers on the street.
Oh, yes. They very creatively handed a book out to a statue. I did see the picture of that. It was lovely. I would like that in my text box. Thank you, whoever took them. Yes. Please send that picture. If you have pictures in your group that have, apart from the statue picture, I still want that even though it has no person in it, with people on your team in them that we can use for the Facebook page, please text those to me. That would be perfect. A team selfie. They took a team selfie. All right, so I don't know what that just did. As you guys can see, this year it's all about trying to figure out what's going to work for us as a group because we're still fairly new. This is our third year, and we're trying to kind of figure out what it is that we want to do. And we're going to talk about that during new business, but I know that we need to do a couple of other things first. Which one of you wants to go first? Mary? Mary, who is our treasurer, who is taking all of your lovely dues. If anybody hasn't paid and you want to pay, make sure you see Mary.
Yes, we have, or had, before August, this is not a formal treasurer report, so I apologize, but we had $111, and we paid $11 due to the state of Kentucky, so we currently have $90 in our account. That's not including our dues for today. We didn't pay out any other expenses, use any other...
Mary, say that again. We had 311?
No, 111. I thought we paid $11 dues. Yeah. I meant, sorry, 101. I apologize, 101. No, 101. Sorry, I wrote it down. It's 101. I read it wrong. Sorry. It's 101, and we paid $11 dues. Yes, it's a blind moment. Yes, I do need Braille. It's 101, and we paid $11 to the state NFB of Kentucky. Because we did have, Jane, more than 11 members, but it was the, yeah. And then that's not including the dues we just got today. So that is my very informal report.
And, yeah, we can formalize that in a later meeting, which we'll talk about.
Are you all ready?
You want me to hold it for you, or do you want to hold it? Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah. I was like, I can understand that, but I bet people can't.
Yeah.
No. Text field is edited. 2017-2018. NFBK Kentucky Sports and Recreation Division Business Meeting. New line. New line. New line. Jane Seeth, President. Jane kicked off the meeting by speaking about the goal of our division and the passion behind it. Nikki Pearl gave the Secretary's report from the 2016 State Convention. Minutes were moved and seconded. Mary Herrick gave the Treasurer's report. Motion was made and seconded to accept the report. Old business. Jane reported on the creation of the division's Facebook. She encouraged everyone to post and share with the Facebook group. Jane spoke about the Google Hangout. Jane spoke about Kyle Sacha and the adaptive sports that we are encouraged. Kathy Jackson asked for the floor and reminded Jane about getting the TIN number for opening up our division's checking account. New business. Jane spoke with Randy Mills about joining the Winter Rowing Club. Pursuing archery. Jane asked the members what activities we'd like to do. Stephanie announced the Vips Walk to the members and encouraged participation. Mary mentioned the Glow Run and talked about her and Jane's participation. Encouraging us as a group to do a 5K for community outreach and to support another cause. Nikki brought up tandem cycling. Reached out to the Louisville Cycle Club and retail shops looking for used bikes. Jane made a note to contact Kyle about the tandems KSB may still have. Mary talked about Metro Parks and Rec and the adaptive sports available. Encouraged other members throughout the state to find info on their local park system with adaptive sports. KKKK Kenny Jones addressed the members and stated that there is money available if members would like to form a cycling club or another active of some sort. Elections. Kevin Pearl conducted elections. The nominating committee consisted of Kevin Pearl, Phil Seeth and Reese O'Brien. The nominating committee submitted the following. Jane Seeth, President. Stephanie Davis, Vice President. Treasurer, Mary Herrick. Nikki Pearl, Secretary. Jane, elected by acclamation. Stephanie Davis was elected by acclamation. Mary Herrick was elected by acclamation. Nikki Pearl was elected by acclamation. Meeting was adjourned. Insertion point between. Period.
Alright, so I guess we need a... We never made a motion for Mary's, for that matter, because that was my... I don't know if we can do that together. Can we do that together? Okay, treasurers. Anybody? Second? All in favor? Aye. No, she was saying... She was going on. Seconded, moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Alright. Moved and seconded. Moving on to nominating committee. Nikki, would you want to do that? You remember the nominating committee? Yeah, you can.
Okay, so the 2018 Sports and Recreation Division officer slate is as follows. Jane Seeth, President. Stephanie Davis, Vice President. Nikki Pearl, Treasurer. Mary Herrick, Secretary. Yes, Mary and I are switching places. Trading places. So, for the position of President, do I hear any other nominations from the floor? Do I hear any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? All in favor? Any opposed? Congratulations, Jane.
All right. So, put forth into nomination for Vice President is the name of Stephanie Davis. Are there any other nominations from the floor? I had to think about it after you said Brown. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? You can't move that.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Congratulations, Stephanie. In nomination for a treasurer, we have the name of Nikki Pearl. sorry, I'm the peanut gallery. Any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? I know everybody wants this job. Are there any other nominations from the floor?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Nikki. Entered in for the name of secretary is Mary Herod. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, congratulations. Okay, so now I don't have any old business if anybody wants to correct me on that. I do have some new business, and it's actually, I know I'm super fun and bouncy and whatnot, but this is actually like more serious stuff. So over this past year, we've kind of recognized that as a board, we are tiny. We thought that that was the way to go in the beginning, and that we don't necessarily think that that is the way to go now, because we think that a wider spectrum of people would help to diversify what we're doing, not the intent behind it, but a large number of ideas. So with that in mind, we have been discussing amending our Constitution to add two board positions. For this to happen, according to our Constitution, it has to be read out loud at a meeting and then voted on at the next meeting, wherein there is a quorum, which is 2/3. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this and hold this microphone at the same time. I'm sorry, it calls for 2/3, thank you. I'm trying to find this thing that I wrote. It's 2/3, sorry, Kathy, I used the wrong language, I apologize. So with that said, we have changed the language for that, and I'm trying to find it, and I've been trying to find it, I've been holding that microphone, which was what was making it. I'm sorry, there it is, I got it now. So it would impact, thank you. I can take it now. Well, I'm not sure that I can read this. I'm going to make Stephanie read. It would impact, here, I'm just going to, I need to get a braille display, so I'm just reading it directly. Tell them which constitutional thing that is, which.
Article 5, Board of Directors. The Board of Directors is an organization.
The first is the original, the second would be the way.
Okay. So right now it reads as, the Board of Directors of the organization shall consist of 4 constitutional officers. The board shall meet at the call of the president or on written call signed by any 3 of the board members. The board shall advise the president and shall have charge of the affairs of the organization between meetings. At least a majority of the members of the board must be present at any meeting to constitute a quorum to transact business. The board may be polled by telephone or mail ballot on any questions. A majority of the board must be blind. So this would be the way it would be read if we vote this in at the next meeting. The board of directors of the organization shall consist of 4 constitutional officers as well as 2 board members at large. The board shall meet at the call of the president or on written call signed by any 3 of the board members. The board shall advise the president and shall have charge of the affairs of the organization between meetings. At least the majority of the members of the board must be present at any meeting to constitute a quorum to transact business. The board may be polled by telephone or mail ballot on any questions. The majority of the board must be blind.
All right, so basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to read this to you all and then open it up for if there's any discussion. And with the thought that we will probably have a phone meeting and hope that we can get enough of us, as long as we have enough notice, to talk about this over the next year so that when we meet again, we are able to add 2 members to our board. Does anybody have any discussion? I can bring you the microphone. Anybody? No? Anybody? Anybody have any opposition to this? How do we feel about it? Stephanie thinks it's a good idea? Yes? Okay. Sounds like everybody thinks it's a good idea. That brings me to the other thing that we wanted to talk about. I know we have our biggest outreach right now is via Facebook. That's going well. I think it's well received. We're all sharing information. I know that not always do people comment. Nikki would like us all to comment more, right, Nikki?
Yes.
Nikki?
Be more active, be more engaging. Oh, sorry.
And this goes across the board for any of our NFB social media, but yes, I mean, I would love for people to be more interactive with our posts, conversations. Please feel free to share, your own pictures, stories, articles you may come across, just as long as it's on topic with our NFB philosophy or, sports and rec. If you went out and ran with Jane or something, whatever. Just make sure it's on brand and on point. But yes, please, I strongly encourage everyone across the board to be more interactive with our social media.
Thank you, Nikki. So in addition to that, we were trying to think, I know that last year we did the Google Hangouts and it was okay for a little bit and then people weren't that interested. We have also tried to do some meetup things where we've done the beat baseball, and we would still like to do the Louisville Rowing Club. If we do that, I will let you all know. But what we were wondering as a board is how you all would feel about possibly doing like an every other month meeting or an every third month meeting, and not like something, but we'll try to have like a question and answer kind of a thing. Like we might have Jamie on to talk about guided running, or we might have somebody on that knows something about bowling. I don't know, whatever it is you all are interested in. Or we might just meet and like it kind of happened one time at a GL meeting where we all met and people had questions about like their fitness trackers and things like that. How do you use this as a blind person? So I would like to publish it like on Facebook. What is it that you all are interested in before the meeting happens? Is this anything anybody would even be interested in? And not like every month or something like that, probably like every 2 to 3 months. Doing like a conference call, yes. Doing a conference call on the state conference call line and or one of our choosing, depending on how that works out. Yes. Yes, the meetings would all be via conference call. Is this anything anybody would be interested in? And I'm not talking like all the time, just a couple of times a year. In particular, at least once that we can do this. Well, I would like to do a vote on this, but I would like to do it more than that because I really want to know what you all want to know. Yes? Okay. So I'm hearing a positive response, so we'll try to do that over the next year. Does anybody else have any new business? Because I've covered what I want to cover with you all. Apart from the fact that I would like to say, the winning team, you each get 20 points. The second team, you each get 10 points. The third team, you each get 10 points, unless if you got Starbucks, then you get 5. It is. Yes. Yes. I have the 10 number. We're all set. Yes. Thanks to Todd Stevens, I have it. The only problem is that I got it like 2 weeks before convention, and because of my job, I couldn't go. But now that Nikki and I live in the same neighborhood, it will be done within the next 2 weeks or so. We're on it. Thank you, Todd. Todd was instrumental in getting that taken care of. I had no idea how to do it, and I said, Todd, I don't know how to do this, and he did it for me. Thank you. All right, so that's covered. We're on it, Kathy Jackson. I thank you for bringing it up again. I know. I apologize. We're going to try to get it all done for you here very shortly. Okay. Does anybody else have anything? Yes.
I would just like to add to Jane's meeting every few months, thing. Obviously, we're small. This is our third year, going into our third year. But just being able to, have some sort of connection with one another, every so often, I think is good. We'll be able to, get to know everyone. We will be able to talk about ideas and things for a seminar or an event at next year's state convention, get people throughout the state involved. So I think it's a great idea.
And is there anything else? I hope that you all had fun at the scavenger hunt. I had fun watching you have fun. It made my heart happy, I have to say. This whole thing has, and I've never been so pumped just to see you guys all out there and so excited. No, we cannot do a motion. It had to be read today. We can't do it till next time. I had to read it. We cannot make any motions until next time. That's why I wanted to make sure it got read today. Well, it has to be 2/3 of the membership. Yes. Yes. And it can be voted on in the conference call. There is no, the election of the officers can't happen until next year because that's the way the Constitution is written. And I can send that to anybody who is interested. I will be happy to send that to you. But as far as voting on the amendment, that can happen at any time that there are 2/3 of us present, whether it be conference call, etc. So, are we all good on that? Yeah, awesome. Anything else? Anybody else? You guys?
I just want to say that the scavenger hunt was a lot of fun. That was a great activity.
Thank you.
And I concur. I am usually, you guys know that I'm somewhat reserved. And exactly. And I mean, I really had fun.
What? We can. Hold on. Let me see if we have enough time before they want to. I can't get my watch to.
It's 5:40.
Yeah, so we do have enough time. Would you guys like to do that real quick before we call to an adjourn? I'm going to give it to, let me come to an opening in a circle. Steven, you get it first. So say, like, who you are, where you're from, what you do, like, if you're a student, if you're, where you work, that, or whatever. Maybe,
I'm Stephen Miller. I've lived in Louisville my whole life, and I'm frozen department manager at Walmart.
So, Michelle Miller, I'm Stephen's mom. I work at Wilder Elementary in the cafeteria. So, that's me.
I'm Taryn Seif. I'm from Louisville, and I am a student at the Kentucky School for the Blind.
Yep. My name is Danielle. Allendale. I'm from Allendale, Kentucky. I'm a student at Eastern Kentucky University. I major in deaf studies. That's all.
My name's Riley Seif. I am a sophomore at Kentucky School for the Blind. I don't know if there's anything else to say about me.
I'm definitely not from Kentucky, where I go to school. I'm from Jefferson County.
Hello, I'm Jacob Hack. I'm a freshman at Eastern Kentucky University. Grew up in Morgantown. This is my first year at conference. I'm a scholarship recipient.
I'm Amelia Lilly, and I'm from Louisville, and I'm also a student at Eastern Kentucky University.
I'm Justin Reagan. I'm from Franklin, Kentucky. I'm a technology consultant for the technology division of the International Federation of the Blind.
Of Kentucky for Justin. It's okay. I am Stephanie Davis. I live here in Louisville, and I am a teacher of the visually impaired for Jefferson County Public Schools.
Kathy Jackson from Louisville, Kentucky, president of NFB of Kentucky, member of the board of directors of the National Federation of the Blind, and retired for 8 years. Woohoo!
My name is Tim Allen. I live in northern Kentucky, and I have a job at UC across the river.
That's weird, because we're tied into this one.
I am Lisa Dameron. I'm from Ashland, and I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 teenage daughters.
I'm Laura Stevens. I'm from Ashland. I'm the president of the Ashland chapter and secretary of NFB of Kentucky.
I'm Todd Stevens. I live in Ashland, Kentucky, originally from California. I am a board member of the National Federation of the Blind of Kentucky Board of Directors. I'm also the state coordinator for NFB Newsline Kentucky, so if anybody needs to sign up for Newsline, please see me. I also provide vending services for the canteens for the IRS building in Covington, Kentucky, and I believe that's about it. Oh yeah, I wear so many hats. I'm also the president of the Technology Assistance Division for the NFB of Kentucky.
Hello, I'm Jamie Weedman. I worked for a while at Visually Impaired Preschool Services. I'm looking for a new job right now as we speak, and which is one of the reasons why I was here today. I guess that's about it.
Hello, I'm Jane Scythe. You've already heard me talk. I am from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a board member for the state. I'm also a board member on GL and Greater Louisville. Sorry, I should not say GL. That's just the Greater Louisville chapter for Kentucky's division of NAPUB and obviously for Sports Recreation. I teach preschool at the University of Louisville's Early Learning Campus. And I'm about to run my 4th marathon in a week. And here, Scott.
Columbus, Ohio.
Hello, I'm Scott Spalding from Louisville. I am the person running the stream for the NFB of Kentucky currently. And I'm on the Greater Louisville board as well as the Technology Assistance Division board.
Hello, I am Mary Herod. I work for the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation at the McDowell Center. Almost said the other one. We just merged. And I am the proud mother of 2 children who keep me moving. Also have not run any marathons, but I will have one under my belt. I've run half marathons and many 10Ks and 5Ks. So I'm a runner, but I aspire to be like Jane. So that's me.
Hello, this is Nikki Pearl. I am the Greater Louisville chapter president, as well as serving on our NFB of Kentucky State Board and newly elected treasurer of our wonderful Sports and Recreation Division, among my other umpteen various jobs. So yeah, that's me.
Hi, I'm Kevin Pearl from Louisville, the proud husband of Nikki Pearl. Been an NFB member since 1999, and I don't run.
What do you do?
Oh, I work at the Hall of Justice.
He does walk a lot. I think he probably outstepped me even with the not running. Well, not much slower. Have you seen me run? All right. Does anybody else have anything? Hold on, Kathy Jackson. Let me get close to you.
I'm losing my voice. The luau tonight at 9 o'clock. Resolutions. Thank you. Resolutions are going to be in next door in the Crescent at 7, and then the party begins at 9. Be there or be square.
And if you belong to the GL chapter or are friends of them, Laura, please show up at 8:15 to decorate. Anything else? Do I hear a call to adjourn from my lovely people?
Second.
All in favor? We're done.